All right, Module 11 video assignment and last video assignment of the program. So number one of the interview questions, a time where I had a challenge in my clinical internship and how did I address it. It actually happened on my second day. It was a very interesting afternoon, to say the least. We had a patient that we were testing to see if she was prepared to return to sport. So we're doing a couple of activities with her, and she actually kind of tripped over herself and fell down. She originally was coming in for a dislocated patella, so being a young teenager, she immediately freaked out and thought she totally re-injured herself. So myself and my clinical instructor had to help kind of calm that situation down, kind of test to make sure everything was okay. That wasn't even the worst of it though. Her dad came over and was also trying to calm her down too while she was still crying, dealing with pain, but she didn't re-injure herself at all. Next thing you know, dad is passed out there in the chair, sitting next to his daughter. And had to call 911. EMT services came. We had to bring the big hefty 250-pound dad down to the ground, put him on his side. So emergency protocol on my second day of this internship. Luckily that was the first and last of the crazy experience like that. But definitely stayed calm throughout the entire thing, tried to do my best to help out where I could. While the EMT was there helping the dad out and the daughter was still freaking out, there obviously were patients still in there. So being it was my second day, I was going over to help treat the other patients, kind of keep them focused on their exercises and not too focused on what was going on in the backhand corner. So yeah, that was my second day at PT Solutions in Hudson. Two strengths my clinical instructor would say I have in the clinic. I would definitely say my rapport with patients. Even from day one, I did a very good job of building that relationship with them, building that trust and confidence with me so that whenever I did work with them, it was very smooth, it was very easygoing. Even like the last day, saying bye to the patients, just seeing how much of a relationship and an impact I made on these people's lives was really cool to see. Another strength I would say is the fact that just a continuous learner, always willing to learn new information, willing to research stuff at home, admit where I may have weak areas at and be able to go and try to adapt and grow in those areas. How did I manage my day at the clinic to ensure I was successful in my role? Honestly, just preparing as much as possible. That got easier as time went on, but especially the first 3 or 4 weeks of being at this clinical site, going home each night, reviewing the previous assessments, reviewing the previous notes, reviewing the evaluation to make a game plan for them. But I think what definitely helped me the most is understanding where the patients are in their rehab and developing a plan that you want to kind of grow throughout the phases with them. That was the biggest takeaway for me, I would say, is always have a plan for each patient that comes in. Don't just kind of wing it or think of just random exercises that you think might help, but have a set plan and sometimes even a backup plan, considering sometimes patients come in and don't always present the way that you expected them to, whether it's they progressed or they regressed. So yeah, always having a plan. What are you most proud of from your clinical internship and why? I think a lot of people are going to say this too, but just the growth, development, the improvements in confidence with everything throughout the entire program. At first being kind of scared and not wanting to put yourself out there and be yourself, but over time kind of learning or developing that confidence and just developing your skill set kind of makes you open up and be yourself. But I would say the biggest thing I'm proud of is just the continuous learning, always trying to develop and improve my skill set, and just really kind of thinking back and reflecting on those early weeks and seeing how much growth has happened over the 10-week period. Because again, I'm sure you really don't see on a day-to-day basis of how much you grow, but when you think about it from a perspective of a couple months, it's really crazy to see how much we've all grown throughout this internship, and we'll continue to grow as we get into the field. And that is all.